Hey guys, so before we look at the charts, right, I just want to get into a bit of um psychology, right? Let me just close. Okay. I want to get into psychology, right? Let's delete this. I want to get into psychology because a lot of people like struggle with psychology, right? So like I said last time we covered what did we cover last time? I forgot. I forgot. Someone can remind me. I honestly forgot. But I think we were covering losses, yeah, how to deal with losses and everything. The losses are always going to be part of the game. That's something you really can't run away from. There's always going to be losses. We covered how to approach. Yeah, also losses. Um, the losses are generally part of the game. This time I want to cover like approaching the markets. Not really shouldn't focus on losses. Losses are okay. They'll always be there. I make losses. Everyone makes losses. You know, just need to today we're gonna focus on. I wanna speak on not having to trade every day. You know, like a lot of people here like over trade. You know, and over trading leads to a lot of things. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have found yourself in a situation where on a Tuesday, let's say Monday you didn't trade. Tuesday you make profits, right? You make a lot of profits. Let's say Tuesday you make 500 rand. Your account is up 500 rand. And then you trade again Tuesday, and then the next trade you lose all that money. Whereas if you controlled yourself and you're like, nah, I made 500 rand today. I'm not going to trade for a day or two. And then you don't trade again. That 500 is secured. Because guys, remember this is all about risk, eh? So me personally, when I make like 5,000, I'm good for a day or two. You know, I'm good for a day or two, possibly sometimes even a week. Like it all goes down to how the markets are, how the market is. Last week the market was bad. Last week the market was very, very like it was very 1 second. Last week the market was like choppy, And in weeks like those, you don't want to overtrade. A lot of people were forcing trades last week. A lot of people made losses last week. You know, like this thing is simple. If you don't see anything, don't trade. Literally, I sent that picture on the group. Trading is 80. Trading is 10% buying, 10% selling, 80% waiting. Like guys, you need to wait for all these setups to play out. Like they're really like it's not going to be all the time where you open the chart and you see a trade. You know, like you need to wait for the market to retrace to the trend line. You need to wait for that you need to wait for that candlestick. You need to wait for that reversal candlestick. You need to wait for confirmation. Those sort like guys. Remember, you're risking your money at the end of the day. You don't want to be opening a trade when you're not sure. You want to be opening the perfect trades. You know, like this is money we're talking about. Can't you let people in the Zoom meeting? There's max people. There's max. I can let 3 in. Yeah, admit it all. This is your money you're putting on the line, guys. You don't want to just be. You don't want to. You don't want to just be. That guys. This is money we're talking about. You know, a trader is someone who risks less to make more. Like you don't wanna. You really don't wanna. How do I delete this now? You don't wanna. You don't wanna. You don't want to be making senseless trades, like dumb trades. You know, like you really want to be making like the proper trades. You want to be making the best trades. So that's that, guys. Me, sometimes a week goes by without trading, simply because I don't see a setup. You know, or if 100 people talk at once, it's gonna be chaos. That's why everyone's muted. Yeah, You know, you don't need to trade every day, guys. Trading is literally 10% buying, 10% selling. And then the rest, you're literally waiting, you know? Like you don't need to trade. Once you've made your target, stop trading. I have a target. Once I made my target, I don't execute. I don't open more trades, you know, simply because I'm staying disciplined, you know. A trader, like you're not gonna make it if you're not gonna make it without discipline. Discipline is key. Discipline is really key in this game. Like you really do need to be disciplined. And that's what most traders lack discipline. You know, you can know how to analyze the markets. A lot of people know how to analyze the markets. A lot of people know how to set take profits. A lot of people know how to set stop losses, you know, all those things. But there's that gap. There's that thing people are missing, and that's discipline. Discipline. That's what people, because people can, like, I know traders that can make 1,000 rands a day, right? But because they're not disciplined, they'll lose it again later today, you know? Like, let's say midnight, someone's gonna make 1,000 rand midnight, but because they don't have discipline, they're literally gonna lose that 1,000 rand the same day, you know? Like you made 1,000, be grateful, withdraw that 1,000. I don't know if you guys noticed, I withdraw every profit, even if it's 2K, 2,000, I withdraw it, you know? You don't need to feel pressured by all this Instagram hype and everything, you know? Stay in your own lane, own pace, you know? So yeah, that's like I could go on and on, guys, but you really don't need to trade every day. You don't need to trade every day. I trade 4 times max in a week. I execute 4 trades max a week. 4 trades max a week. What if you have a certain goal and have to reach it? Do I still have to withdraw and put the money aside? What? What if you have a certain goal and you have to reach it? Well, guys, you can't force things. You know, you don't wanna lose yourself in the process. You don't wanna lose your progress in the process. You know, let's say your goal is 3,000. You're sitting on 2,000. Do you really want to risk that 2,000 for that 1,000? It's not worth it. Just take what the market gives you. I have days where I don't reach my goals. I make 1,000 rand. You know, that's not my goal. You know, I didn't reach my goal, but then I take it. You know, if I see that the six I played out properly and I only got 1,000, I take it. You know, so that's that, guys. Advice for uni students struggling to get money from the account. You really, like, guys, it's impossible to not have cash to fund your account. Trust me, there's things you can sell. Sacrifices. It all goes down to sacrifices. But let's just get straight into this. But all I'm saying, guys, is that you really don't need to trade every single day. Trading every day is overrated. Overrated. Because I mean, I could trade today. I could make 5,000 today, and I could lose it tomorrow. You know. Whereas let's say I didn't trade tomorrow. I would have that 5,000 still. You know, you just need to be disciplined because this is all risky. And if your goal is surpassed, that time trades are still running to a close and get out of them. Well, it depends how far. It depends how your setup is being played. You know, if it's still above entry points, then now hold it. You know, hold it. If it's approaching take profit, then it's up to you. You can lock profits or you can close. So let's get straight into. Today I just want to literally analyze pairs live. I haven't looked at the market yet. This is my first time looking, so I want you guys to see how I look at the market. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know, but let's just dig into the markets, right? So this is nice on daily time frame, and you guys know that I connect my lows. Let me just do this. Connect your lows, and then also your highs. So here's our first high, second high. Let me just remove this. So here's our first high, second high, right? So anticipating the third touch, right? It's good to come on the daily time frame to just get like understand and see how the market is moving overall, you know, overall movement, you know. So we do know that NAS is like, you know, really like bullish, you know, in a buyer's market. You can see we're moving in this channel, right? So we long term, we really know what we're looking at. You know, we really know that the buyers are going to be in our favor, you know. Friday I grew 300 to 2,000, I should say, withdraw. 1,000, trade with 700 Rand profits and your initial deposit, just withdraw 1,000, because tomorrow you could open a trade and you blow it, and that's not a nice feeling, right? So yeah, so we've analyzed daily, right? And we know that Nasdaq is pretty much bullish, as you can, this is our last touch, this is our fourth touch on the trend line. And you can see this is our third and fourth. Third touch shot up, fourth touch just skyrocketed, and we kept on forming more channels, within this channel, structure within structure. We did capitalize off these buys, and they happened. I remember giving this one out, stuff like that, guys. Like, you could open the markets, you could open your chart and see the market is sitting over here, right? So you've drawn in your trend line. You have touch number 1, 2, and 3. We're anticipating a fourth touch, right? Most cases, I open my chart and I see the market has shot up. The market has respected my trend line. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to patiently wait for the market to come back down to the trend line. I can't force a trade. Like that's what most clients and students struggle to understand, is that as a mentor, we don't control the market. Someone's mic is not muted. Okay, should be muted now. So as I was saying, that as a mentor, you literally, like, guys, when there's no trades, there's really nothing. So as I was saying, the scenario, right? Let's say I've analyzed NAS and I see my first touch, second touch, third touch. Obviously, we're waiting for fourth touch. But even if I opened the chart and I saw the market share, either way, guys, everyone, people who trade the trend line trading strategy, they're gonna wait for the retracement back down to the trend line. End of the day, it will get there. Eventually, it will get there. It could take a day, it could take weeks, it could take a month, So as you can see here, this is 4 hour, right? So it took a long time to retrace down to the trend line, You're not going to always open the market and see it at the entry point, see the market at the entry points. You need to wait, So yeah. So, okay, so let's just get back into, I was just touching on the psychology there, on the importance of waiting, right? So let's look at NAS. What's happening now? I'm pretty sure you guys can see that NAS has been really funny lately. Like, this isn't how it usually moves. NAS is pretty much impulsive, guys, extremely impulsive, So last week was the worst, like, was just one of the slowest weeks, right? So, but let's analyze, right? So we see this is our lowest low, right? We can actually connect to trend line. Remember, guys, we connect. Oh, someone keeps calling and it makes the hotspot thing. So remember, guys, as I said, we connect our trend line, right, on our obvious lows, right? So here's our first low, the second low. There we go. So we see we have our new trend line. We also just want to draw in our zone of resistance, so we can pretty much draw in this zone over here. So you can say that we have like an ascending triangle forming, right? I don't really like this market. I don't really like the structure. Right? I don't like the structure. Like, it's not my style, Like, as a trader, we all have what we're comfortable trading, So as you can see here, we have our first touch, second touch. That's how you draw in your trend lines, obvious lows and obvious highs, right? So if you want to dig deeper, maybe we're still on H4, right? And we can see the NAS is shooting up. It also goes hand in hand with what we saw on the daily time frame, right? And we want to be looking for entry points to capitalize, right? So it's like, even last week, let me actually draw. I had a zone in somewhere here. Okay, now I draw it on H1, right? So H4, there isn't really much you can analyze. You can see we've drawn in our upward trend and our obvious lows. We also can draw a downward trend line, like that. So you can see we have some sort of triangle forming, right? So you can see we have touch number 1, touch number 2, right? Same here, first touch, second touch, and we can actually see that we are approaching our third touch. Let's go down to H1 to see everything properly. Can't read this too far. We can do it like this. So you can see we have our first touch here. First touch, second touch, third touch. Right. So after our third touch, you can see Nasdaq shot down, didn't shoot down immediately. I'm not saying that the third touch, like the market's gonna shoot down immediately. Sort of open trades, yeah, you can see what it played at that entry point. Eventually shut down. That's just to like play around with the small accounts, take out the small accounts, or those who barcoded on the first entry, shut down. Take profit would be our previous low. Take profit would have been smashed, So this week we can actually focus on this downward trend line. You can see first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, right? And we could now be going for a fifth touch. However, it's either NAS could respect the trend line or could break out, It's impossible, guys. Like, it's impossible for me. It's impossible to predict the breakout, like someone who tells you they know breakouts when it happens. I don't know, but me, I personally can't, guys. We trade what we see, not what we think, So if I see a reversal candlestick forming here on the trend line, that's sell. That's a sell for me, If I see the candlestick closing above the trend line, it's a breakout for me. I'll simply wait for the retest, and it's on the retest. So Nasdaq, there isn't really much else to it. You can draw in. Okay, wait, this arrow's in the way now. We can draw in this upward trend line like this. So you see, we have two trend lines. We have the downward one and the upward one. Upward one, we have first touch, second touch, third touch, right? So there's quite a few things that could happen, right? But we're not trying to predict, we just want to trade what we see, So just from this analysis using trend lines, I can see a first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. We could get a fifth touch around this trend line over here. Fifth touch to sell. To sell. First take profit will be this low over here, right? That will be okay. Let me just do this neatly. 1 second. No, that's the buy. This is the short. No, my bad. I had it right the first time. Let me just show you guys it. Let me show you guys it professionally. First take profit. Guys, our take profit is always the nearest low. If you're still failing to understand this, go watch I think it's Zoom session 1. Yeah. That's where I covered the way to set take profits and stop losses. So our entry is on the trend line, right? First take profit will be this low over here. You can actually see that this low is like sort of a zone. And our second take profit could be the trend line, because we can actually see that we'll be approaching for fourth touch, That's my NAS setup. If the trend line is respected, right, then I'll be looking for sales. However, if our trend line is broken, I'll simply be waiting for the breakout. Breakout meaning wait for the candle to close above. Once it has closed above, I'll simply wait for. Once it has closed above, I'll simply wait for the retest. Right. Once we get a retest, I'll await further confirmation. I'll wait for a reversal candlestick, some wick rejection, some bullish, just signs of some bullish movements, right? Then enter buys, So that's my analysis on NAS 100. Keeping it simple, What candlestick should we look when it reaches that trend line? Dojis, bearish reversal candlesticks, It's in that candlestick Bible. Yeah. Candlestick Bible. In the book, it says that the steep trend lines are risky. Yeah. But you just got to trade what you see. If if you see that this trend line is respected and you see your confirmation candlestick, trade it. No risk, no reward. The worst thing that could happen is you make a loss. The best thing that could happen is that you make money, Like you need to come to trading with the chilled mindset, I said this in the last session, that you mustn't come with a hot head, you mustn't come with the mindset of making money, and you mustn't come with the mindset of being scared. If you come with the mindset of being scared, you're not gonna open trades, you're not gonna enter trades, you're not gonna trade because you're scared. If you come with the hot-headed, you're gonna overtrade, you're gonna over risk, you're gonna be like, I know this trade is gonna go, this trade is gonna win, if you risk too hard. Guys, like the market doesn't, it's not like this setup here, it's not gonna touch the trend line and shoot down immediately. Nah, it's gonna touch and it's gonna, move around the trend line, possibly wick, and then shoot down, stuff like that. Those type of things happen. I mean, look at this right here. Look at what happened over here. Look at what happened over here. You see, closed above, right? I would personally, like, you can't avoid situations like these. Just say be patient, guys. Yes, we see the reviews, we see the doji, but you like first want to see some sign of bullish movement, like a bullish candle. So I wouldn't have entered this trade. A lot of people are caught in this trade. They got caught in it, caught on the wrong side. Simplicity is key. Yeah, so like this is my setup for now. Simplicity is key. And there's nothing wrong if your setup doesn't play out, like you win some, you lose some, some setups go against you, some setups like, win. That looks like the proper way, actually. Let me just double check. Yeah, that was a proper way, my bad. That was the proper way to join the trend line. So yeah, guys, this trend line here on H1 is trend line of interest. That's the trend line of interest, right? So let's go to a currency next. So yeah, are you guys like understanding H1? Always wait for the H1 candle, H4 candle. Are you guys understanding so far the mindset parts and the analysis? All right, proper. All right, proper. Understood. Proper. Understood. Proper. All right. So yeah, like I said, I haven't looked at the charts. This is me looking at the charts like firsthand, So let's see, guys. A lot of people ask me what I use. I use TradingView. The reason why I use TradingView is because everything is organized nicely. Let me show you guys what I mean. You just click on currencies. You can see all your majors are here, your minors, exotics, everything, So literally, guys, what I do every Sunday, I go through each and every one. I go through each and every one, and I like jot down the ones that, I jot down the pairs that have the most promising setups. I want to have maximum 4 setups. We only have like 10 setups that you're interested in. Do you trade exotics? Nah, not really. I like majors. How rare is it for you to enter without a retest? Rare. Very rare. I never enter on the breakouts. So Euro USD. What are we doing now? Euro USD. Yeah. Okay. So let's see Euro USD daily time frame, right? It does happen, guys. Sometimes when you're analyzing and you literally you don't see anything, and that's fine. So Euro USD. Drawing my trend line. You don't want to focus too much on the past. You don't want to focus too much on this because you can see it already played out, already broke out and retested. Want to focus on this over here. And if we don't see something, that's okay, you know. A lot of mentors make it seem like you have to. A lot of mentors make it seem like you'll always see a trading opportunity in the market. So what I did here, basically, I just drew a horizontal array on the previous low, because you can see that we can't really connect trend lines to, like, you know, too many trend lines. And if we do, it's going to be like choppy. Okay, we can have this in. Okay, let's go down to H4. So you can see we do have some sort of a channel. Someone's mic is. Okay, now. There we go. We can, okay, you can pretty much see that Euro USD is like moving between this channel, right? You can see. And now we can actually anticipate a push to the upside, right? It's based off the market structure, right? Not bad. So when we look at this, you can see that this trend line here, okay, we have 9 minutes left. So yeah, this trend line here, right? Euro USD is currently pushing off this trend line here, and we have a double bottom on H1, right? So this goes hand in hand. The double bottom and the trend line, right? However, this isn't really like a setup that I'll really be comfortable trading, because I don't want to base my entries off support and resistance. Like me personally, in this situation, I'd wait. You can't even say it's a breakout and retest. You know, I don't really see much on this. It's something I don't wanna look at. You know, let's do GB, let's do USD JPY. But I hope you guys are understanding like how to approach. Okay, US 30. Let me type it here. Use currency one. Okay, US 30. Wait, if I stop my analysis, if I delete my analysis, it's gonna take time. But you can see just like NAS connected my trend on the delete time frame on my lows, first low, second, third touch. You know, and we can pretty much anticipate a strong bullish rally to the upside. You know, let's just go down to H4. So we're currently sitting at our second entry point. So you can see this is our daily trend line: first touch, second touch, third touch. Let's not cut the body too much. You can see this is our impulse move, correction, impulse. We're in a correction here, and now we can actually anticipate the impulse. So US 30 is on a buy, US 30 is a solid buy. You can see that we've broken out of our correction. Our correctional phase has come to an end, right? So let me just prove it to you guys in H1. This was covered in the Falcon book I sent. So you can see correction. Now we can anticipate an impulse because we broke out this downward trend line. You know, broke out, got a retest. So US 30 is solid for buys. This thing's still confusing me. If you want to follow the 90% rule, you can hold all the way till there. But in this case, you want to hold to the first zone, first target. Stop loss, really tight stop loss. If it kicks us out, then we'll possibly enter again when it retests the trend line again. Remember, guys, USDT could actually move up, come back down to retest the trend line again for a second retest, you know, after blowing people out, you know. Yeah, currencies, yeah, you're correct. So that's USDT. Let me see. USD JPY. USD JPY. Connect to trend line. Do the same for the downward one. Right, so you can see that USD JPY, we actually got a third touch, right? And ever since our third touch, we've been pushing up. Let's go down to H4. H4, I can really see that we have structure within structure. Yeah, like that. You know, this is, guys, like, remember, every retracement that happens in the market is for an entry point, you know. So USD JPY already, we can anticipate third touch on this trend line, first touch, second touch, we can anticipate a third touch. So USD JPY to retrace down. I'll wait for it to retrace down. Once we sit on our trend line and I want to see how reacts to our trend line, then I'll be looking for buys. You know, if we get a reversal kind of stick here, simply because of the third touch. And we know the overall, it supports our overall, what we saw in the bigger picture, that it's a buy. So you guys got that. Did you guys get that on US 30 and USD JPY? Did you guys get that? Got it. Simplicity is really key, guys. Like, simplicity is really key. So USD JPY actually had the downward trend line drawn in. So I see this zone. So this could be some sort of a head and shoulders pattern. You can really see on daily. So left head, right shoulder. This is the head here. And it does look like, yeah, USD GBP JPY is also strong buy. Inverse head and shoulders pattern. And then we can obviously add more buys on our downward trend line. However, we'll be providing more updates throughout the week in the group. But a solid entry point will be actually if we retest this low over here. That'll be a solid entry point. We have a double bottom type of pattern. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that? You haven't. I will. Let me put on the NAS, the US 30 setup. But the session is going to come to an end. There's going to be more updates throughout the week. Wait for those entry points, and yeah. But this will be saved and uploaded in the group. So yeah, you can just type in the chat how you found that. If you're still confused, if you understand, learn something, you know. There's a minute left. But yeah, these setups, NAS, remember NAS, we're waiting. NASDAQ, we're waiting for. NASDAQ, we're waiting. No, it wasn't this setup. NASDAQ, we're waiting to see how it reacts to our downward trend line. This is my old analysis. Don't mean to confuse you guys. Remember NASDAQ, we're waiting to see how it reacts to our downward trend line. This one will be our first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. Want to see how it reacts to the downward trend line. US 30 valid for entry. GBP JPY want to wait for it to retrace down to the low. And yeah, understood. I'm gonna create it. Well, since we are analyzing which setup, guys, I analyze every single setup. Like right now, I'm still gonna analyze I'll provide more updates. Would you go in for buys the whole week? Nah, go in for buys until this level over here. So yeah, just type in yes if you understood. If you liked the session, yeah, bro, like please allow. Problem is the time limit. So let's see. Hope you guys understood. Yeah. Proposition. Always.
Yeah.